Hello and welcome to another episode of Ragam Reference, and in this episode I wanted to share the Ragam Behag with you all. As we gear up for the Chennai Margari music season, a lot of you are so interested in knowing ragas and knowing more about how to identify ragas of your favorite compositions. So here is Behag for you. Behag is a very attractive ragam, a ragam for love, a ragam to relax, and a ragam that brings about an instant feeling of celebration. Nisa gama pamaga maga pamari maga rigaza pamaga maga rimagasa nisa gariza pamaga mapanida sani pamaga maga sani pamaga maga na 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 gama pani da sa pani sa gari ni sa ni da ma pa da ga ma ga ni sa ga ma pa ma ga ma ga ni sa ni pa ma ga za ni ri sa ni da pa ma pa da pa ma ga ni na na ra na na pa ma ga. What a celebratory mood this ragam brings about instantly, right? So, as you may have seen from the short Raga Lakshana passages that I presented with Sargam, with the Swaras, you may have noticed that there are two Madhyama scale degrees, the Suddha Madhyama and the Prati Madhyama present. Nisa Gamma Pama Gamma Ga Pama Gamma Ga. The former Madhyama Pama is the Prati Madhyamam. Gama ga is the Suddha Madhyama. So, such a zigzag sort of patterned phrasing in this raga gives it a very appealing and bhava laden flavor. Very frequently, a lot of my rasikas as well as people who attend my master classes, they ask me, what gives a bhavam to a raga? And I think it's the matter of the prayogas. For instance, in this Behag, there's a compelling nature to it. There's a very loving, cajoling nature to this ragam. And that I think is because of both the madhyamas so beautifully intertwined, and also the ni that comes after that, the pani phrasing, right? Nisa pamagamaga Gamama gari gaza pamagamama ga. See that? The way the madhyama is presented is very cajoling. Nisa gama pamagama gari gaza pamagama panida sa nida pamagamaga. Even that swing, the jaru, we call it the meend in Hindustani music, that connection, that link. And in Karnataka Sangeetam it's called jaru, it's also called etra jaru, eraka jaru, where it goes upwards or downwards. So these kind of application of theory, sometimes in a very subtle manner, can make sure that we bring out the best in the raga. And that's why it's important to engage with such Raga Lakshana sort of explorations into a ragam. Gama pani da pa ma gama ga. Does Behag sound good in only slow? Not really. Even fast prayogas sound great in it. Nisa gama pa ma gama ga riza pa ma gama ga sa ni da pa ma gama ga riza nisa ga riza gama pani da sa ni da pa ma gama ga riza pa ma gama pani da sa ni pa ma gama ga sa ni pa ma ga. That kind of spurita. Sa ni pa ma ga. Those little jerk like gamakas that I gave, they're called spurita. Sa ni pa ta ba ba ma pa ma ga. Scale degrees that are close to each other can vie for attention with each other and have an interplay, a beautiful floral structure. Sani pa ma ga. Oruthi maganai pirandu Oruthi maganai pirandu Oriravil oruthi maganai ஒளித்து வளர ஒருத்தி மகனாய் பிறந்து நிசனித பமபதக மக. Very important prayogam. And this Oruthi Maganai Pirandu has been set to tune by Ariyakudi Ramanujayengar, sung beautifully in that famous iconic recording by Dr. M.L. Vasantakumari avargal. And this Ragam Behag, ஒரு அழகான ஒரு திருப்பாவை. And the other question, which octave does a raga like Behag sound good in? So we saw the Kala Pramana, it sounds good both in slow and fast rhythmic structures, but even the range of it. The low range is also beautiful. Nisa ga ma ba ma ga ma ga sa ni da ba ma ga ni da ba ni za ga ma pa ni da ba ma ga sa ni ga pa ma ga. The Madhyama range is also beautiful. The higher ranges are also lovely in this ragam. Gama pani da sa sa pani sa ga ni sa ma ga re ga sa ni sa ga ma ba ma ga ri sa ni sa ga ri sa ni ri sa ni da ni ri sa ni da ba ma gama pani da ni ri sa ni da pa ma pa da ga ma ga sa ni ga sa ni da pa ma ga pa ma re ma ga gari sa ni ri sa ni da pa ma ga gama pa sa Gopala Krishna Bharati's Irakkam Varamal Ponadenna Karanam is a lovely piece in this ragam. Irakkam Varamal Ponadenna Karanam en Swamiki Irakkam Varamal Ponadenna Karanam. கருணை கடலில் உன்னை காதில் கேட்டு நம்பி வந்தேன் இரக்கம் வராமல் சகக சக மப மபனித பமக மக சனிக மக என் சுவாமிக்கு இரக்கம் வராமல் போனது என்ன காரணம்? The words also have a very cajoling meaning, a sense of kindness, a sense of surrender, and that's brought about beautifully by these phrasings. Pamaga maga saniga maga nizapama maga. There is a beautiful tilana of Sri Lalgudi Jayaraman in this ragam. Deem tana deem ta janu tadirana Takadim janudim dim tanadim tajanu tadirana Takadim janudim tadhara janu tadimi takadanadim tadanadim tadanadim tanadim nida nirisarini maga madapadama ripama paga. Let's note these beautiful progressions that Lalgudi sir brings. Tanadim, tadanadim, tadanadim. Dim tanadim ta janu tadirana tagadim janu dim dadara janu tadimi tadanadim 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 tanadim ta janu tadirana tagadim tadim janu tadim taga janu tagadari kitadom. Beautiful place. Sani gari maga sani pama maga sani pama maga tagadim tadim janu tadim taga janu tagadari kitadom saza pama maga sani pama maga. A complete 2-octave jubilation, a celebration. And those are the kind of phrasings that then make their way to the minds of people, to the consciousness, the collective consciousness of the Rasikas who try to identify the ragam that goes something like this. So it's really interesting how ragas like Behag get embedded in the consciousness of the listener. So for me personally, the first song that I learned in the Ragam Behag is very close to my heart. Gopalakrishna Bharatiyoda paattu. It had a lot of sangatis, and as a child I was completely like bowled over by the way in which these sangatis came one after the other. Each sangati introduced me to a new facet of the ragam. And that song, இதுதானோ தில்லை ஸ்தலம் இத்தனை நாளும் அறியேனே, இதுதானோ தில்லை ஸ்தலம் இத்தனை நாளும் அறியேன். சா 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 சனி கரி சனி ரி சனி தபம சனி தபம தபம கம பகமரி கம சானி தபம கமரி கசா. I remember I spent quite a bit of time decoding this, but once I decoded it, it was so much fun to sing it in high speed. So this ragam and this song is very close to my heart, and the way in which this ragam is handled in films has been epic. One of the frontline songs in this ragam, சபாஷ் மீனாங்கிற படத்தில், சித்திரம் பேசுதடி என் சிந்தை மயங்குதடி, சித்திரம் பேசுதடி முத்து சரங்களை போல், முத்து சரங்களை போல் மோகன புன்னகை மின்னுதடி, சித்திரம் பேசுதடி தாவும் கொடி மேலே. That's where the raga comes very pronounced. மதபமகம பனி தனிரி சனி தாவும் கொடி மேலே ஒரு தங்க கூடம் போலே பாவையுன் பேரெழிலே எல்தன். What more can a phrase tell us? It tells, excuse me, I'm Behag, I'm in the house. Pada sari gari gappa mama gari sani ri sani ni dadappa பாவையுன் பேரெழிலே எல்தன். Signature. ஆவலை தூண்டுதடி சித்திரம் பேசுதடி என் சிந்தை மயங்குதடி சித்திரம் பேசுதடி. The recent song from A.R. Rahman sir has really taken this raga to new heights in films, and that song many of you may have already guessed, from the film OK Kanmani. மலர்கள் கேட்டேன் வனமே தந்தனை தண்ணீர் கேட்டேன் அமிர்தம் தந்தனை. மலர்கள் கேட்டேன் வனமே தந்தனை தண்ணீர் கேட்டேன் அமிர்தம் தந்தனை. எதை நான் கேட்பின் எதை நான் கேட்பின் உனையே தருவாய் உனையே தருவாய். Extraordinary singing by Chitrama, and in the final Pallavi Rahman sir will join and sing it, and that's so heartwarming, the way in which he sings this particular place. Unaye taruvai. He stops in the madhyama, not in the ga but in the madhyama. கூர்ந்து கவனிக்க வேண்டிய ஒரு இடம். எதை நான் கேட்பின் உனையே தருவாய் உனையே தருவாய். எதனில் விழுந்தால் உனையே தருவாய். சித்ராமா. பனி சகரி சனிதாவ பமரி மக. So many varieties in which the ga is approached in this piece, and even the swara portion in this ragam, nizappa ma ga sani ga ma ga nizappa ma ga sani ga ma ga nizappa ma ga, all coming towards the ga, so beautifully establishing the prayogas of this ragam. So Malargal Keten, according to me, occupies the number one position for film songs in this ragam Behag, and that position belongs to none other than Isaipuel A.R. Rahman avargal, my total favorite composer. So This brings us to the finale of Behag. Behag is a celebratory ragam. Gama pani da sani da ba ma ga ma ga ri za ni za pa ma ga ma ga sani da ba ma ga ga ri za ni da ba ma pa da ga ma da ga ma ga ri za ma pa da ma pa ri pa ma ga ma pa ni sa ga ri sa ni sa pa ma ga ri za ni sa ga ri sa ni da ba ma pa da ga ma ga sa ni da. That Vichitra Prayogam. Sa ni ni da pa ma ga. So the two nishadas, sa ni ni da pa ma ga, sa ni ni da pa ma ga, and the two madhyamas, sa ni ni da pa ma ga, they all play together so beautifully. There's a sliding quality to the raga, very cool quality. So it's a very cool ragam, and so enjoy Behag in this music season. There's also the link to my Isai Payanam, the full-fledged exposition of Ragam Behag with all the classical and film songs in it. So do watch it, it's there in the description. It's so nice to see you all again, and have a wonderful Margari music season. I'm gearing up for mine. I'm performing at Mylapore Fine Arts Club. I'm performing at Karthik Fine Arts. I'm also performing for Karnataka and Parthasarathi Swami Sabha. And all of this is Isai Payanam. So I'm so glad that the Sabhas are embracing and welcoming Isai Payanam to be showcased for all of you who love it. Thank you so much for your love, and see you in yet another recording of Ragam Reference. Namaskaram.